Having one of those days where you feel like you're not cut out for music production. Each session you open your DAW and you're left feeling stuck because you're not making something you enjoy. Well, here's what you can do. Just delete it. Get rid of it. Just stop trying. Enough. Kidding. I'm bringing this up because I've received a few DMs about not being able to finish any songs. And I also stumbled on this Reddit thread, and it was really interesting to me because everything this user says about not being able to finish songs are all valid problems. But I was more upset because all of the replies weren't really that helpful. See, they were either flaming the OP for having a skill issue or giving vague or incremental solutions that would low-key be useless in the long run. But this is what I expect because a particular subreddit has always felt like overthinkers trying to outthink other overthinkers, and it's just a disaster. Now maybe some of you are like this, and one thing I'm really proud of about myself is I've never had trouble finishing finishing songs. So how would I reply to this thread? I would argue what's happening here is what I call tweaking versus committing. Be honest, when working on music you're stuck on, are you slightly adjusting sliders, doing 0.5 dB EQ cuts, goofing around on a plugin you just bought because an Instagram reel convinced you that your music won't be good without it? Are you crippled by the decision of true peak clipping or oversampled limiting when you very clearly only have 8 bars of music? If yes, it sounds like you're tweaking, and what you should be doing is committing, which means making much bigger, sweeping decisions that drastically affect the outcome of your song. Whether it'll be definitively choosing a sound design technique, locking in a rhythmic groove, or expanding the arrangement to fill more than just 8 bars. Now, going back to what I said earlier, a good place to start is if your drop isn't working is just delete it. Start fresh. But don't go in blind and make another bad drop. Here's a couple of committing jumping off points that I've used personally and that you can steal from me. Let's get into it. So commitment number 1 is to just start digging. For me, this is finding inspiration from an artist in the genre that I want to make or the one I listen to, but maybe an artist that I've never heard before. In my example, I actually left my house. I went and touched grass and heard a song in one of my friend's DJ sets, which gave me a rhythmic idea. So from there, I deleted this drop and spawned this. And there's tons of place for discovery if you don't want to touch grass. Online DJ sets, Spotify playlists, YouTube mixes, take your pick. This is why so many folks who I know that started DJing before producing tend to have better instincts when it comes to song concepts because they have a wide breadth of musical knowledge from the amount of digging they do. On to commitment number 2, which is get. But before we get to that, I'm gonna take a minute to talk about this video sponsor. With streaming income not looking too hot at the moment, these days a lot of artists make their money through merch, and DistroKid's new feature can help you do that. They've recently launched Direct, an instant merch store based on your album art. Through Direct, you can easily launch a merch store and sell directly to your listeners. It's as easy as picking your album art and hitting sell. And since it's through DistroKid, you keep 100% of your earning. Just set and edit your prices at any time you want and keep your earnings. No in-betweens, just direct support. Everything's made to order and Direct handles packing and delivery, so there's no upfront costs or unsold t-shirts in your basement. While it's not included with your DistroKid subscription, Direct only costs a little under $6 a month, and like I said, you're keeping 100% of your earnings. If you want to go beyond releasing your music onto platforms like Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, check out Direct from DistroKid. You can also get 7% off your DistroKid subscription with my link below. Thank you to DistroKid for sponsoring this video. Now, on to, which is get adjacent. Now, listen to this pile of doo-doo. Now, the big challenge for me with this particular song is that it was a little faster than I was used to writing, which is 160 BPM versus 140 to 150, and I couldn't really find a flow that I liked. Flow, melody, all of it, just I couldn't think of one. So desperate and out of options, I looked to ISOxo and Porter Robinson for inspiration. And what I noticed is those guys are really good at incorporating genres that are adjacent to their sound. For example, ISO pairing trap with techno and hardstyle, and Porter pairing electro, progressive house to J-pop and also hardstyle. Sometimes the incorporation of adjacent sounds is so drastic, it ends up being a complete evolution, but that could be a whole other video. For my song, I actually just straight up deleted and also touched some grass, went to a little hard techno showcase, and you know what? I said, let me try that out. Went through the whole thing, even learned all the production to make a fat sick. What's nice, if it's an adjacent genre, you can actually recontextualize a lot of the sounds and sound designs you've already done to fit the new one. In this example, I switch from hybrid trap to hard techno, but I share a lot of the same sounds. If this still feels like a lot for you though, an easy place to start is to pick a genre that has a distinctly different drum pattern. For example, here with trap and techno having one halftime set of drums and one 4 to the floor, rather than picking something like trap and dubstep, which both have a similar halftime drum pattern. Now you can even take this to the extreme by writing a switch up type drop in the relative major or minor like I do in this classic video of mine. On to number 3. I think one of the best ways to commit is to stop looking for handholding. Yes, it makes sense to start with a how-to tutorial, but don't just immediately write something off because the title of the video isn't how to dubstep growl. This means watching stuff like my cookups playlist, because watching someone else make music, seeing other producers' method in a session where they're actually trying to make music can give you revelations that you wouldn't otherwise notice in a how-to setting. It also makes me sad when I see videos getting glazed for saying a bunch of stuff that sounds correct, but they never ever show you their music. Plus, since you discover stuff yourself rather than it just being told to you outright, you're actually more likely to remember it and use it in your next songs. But what happens if you don't know enough about the genre you want to switch to? Or where do you even start if you find a song that inspires you? For this, you can try mapping out the song. And to see exactly how I do that, watch this video next. Also subscribe.